Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be upgrading my environment and I may add a material or two. It just depends on how much I fix. I've been wanting to fix the key system for a while because if you pick up this key, it will unlock every door in the environment here. And the level transition key I had, uh, it was pick up on overlap, and I tried to make it pick up on press with a press of the E key, and I got it to where you can pick up the key, but it wouldn't let me level transition anymore. So I've rethought it, and I made another key system over here. I can demonstrate that really quick before I show blueprints. Um, I just made it out in this area just to see if it works before I put it in my level. So you can pick up the key. It's kind of finicky in terms of you have to look right at it because the way I did it. So you can pick up the key and you can open and close the door. And I have it set on channels so I can make both of those are on channel 0, so that key will work for that door. And if I make another set of doors and make those channel 1, then only that channel 1 key will work with that channel 1 door. So that should fix that issue. And I want to, instead of having the door level transition, I'm going to make this another openable door where you still get the key and you unlock the door. And then I'm going to add a little area out here where you just walk down a hallway and then you enter a collision box, and then that level transitions you into the next level. So those are changes that I hope to get done in this video. And before I go and work on that stuff, I'll show you the blueprints of what I've done really quick. Uh, so this is the blueprint for the first person character for that new key system. And it has to, this key system is pick up on like an interface instead of an overlap or anything like that. It's, I've never done it like this before. I think it's pretty cool. A couple problems I ran with on doing this on Unreal Engine 5. Down here, this I wanted it to be a vector multiplying by float, but it did not have that. So I just got the multiply um, function, and then I edited this pin for it to be a float, and then that fixed that issue. And another issue is whenever you, at first it would have lines if like you are interacting with them in the radius that you have to be in, because I have it set on a radius, I have to be close enough to interact with the key or with the door, and it would have lines to show you that it's interacting with it. And I didn't want those lines, so if you just go to draw debug type and you put none instead of for duration, then that will get rid of those red lines that I didn't want. But this is the code for the first person character that has to do with the key system. I have a few functions for key channels. That's just a integer, and it's an array because they're going to be set in an array because I have multiple keys and doors. That's just seeing if you have the key in the function of the first person character blueprint. And this is the door blueprint. I made a interface that's on interaction right there, and that's what this is. And it checks to see if you have the key, and it also checks to see if the player is valid, and it branches off, and then it sees if the door is open or not, and if it is open, it will close it, and if it's not open, it will open it. And I have the open door timeline here. That's this. It opens in 1 second, and it opens 110 degrees, as shown by the flow track here. Um, got the set relative rotation, and that's just open and close both on that. So if it's open, that means open's true, and if it's closed, that means open is not true. That checks that stuff. And then for the key on interaction event with the interface as well, checks if the player is valid, looks at the key channel, looks at the keys you have, it adds the key when you pick it up, and then it destroys after. That one's pretty simple. And so that is the blueprints I have for the new key system I put in. I'm going to put that in the environment, test that out, and then add that new level transition thing in. and I'll be right back when I get some of that done. Okay, welcome back. Um, the last little part here is I made a new level transition. I have it right here in the open here just because I was testing it. It's gonna probably end up being in the final version is this door will open and the level transition will be right here through the little hallway, like I said earlier. Um, I had that door system working perfectly fine, and the keys and the key channels were good, and it opened how I want to. But my Unreal crashed, and I lost all that progress. So I will end up having to do that, but it'll be the same code like I showed you before. So I'll just do that off camera since I had it and I recorded it just fine. Um, but I'll show off this new level transition compared to my older one. My older one was you had to have a key and open a door and to walk through it, but this is just very simple. Here, I'll demonstrate it real quick. You just walk and then bam, you're in level 2. Um, I might I might switch that into where if you walk into it, it pops up like a completion screen showing like that you completed level 1 and then you can continue on to level 2. I might switch it to that at some point, but right now it's good for what I need it to be. And I can show you the code really quick of that. It's really basic. It's all it is collision box, begin on overlap, cast to first person character, and then open this level 2 uh, map that I made. And that's really all that there is. By the next video, I will have that door system and key system that I had. I'll rebuild that, and that will be where I want them to be. It'll work exactly like this, just a little bit different, like I showed you in the beginning of the video. And I will fix that gun system finally. But before I actually do that, I will. Those keys were like a bright red, like glowing was the material. I'm gonna make a new material for those keys. I'm gonna make a new material for this desk and the doors, and I'm gonna make a new material for probably the floor, like with each room, because right now it's just the same floor, so I need to spruce up and make different floors for not maybe not each room, but for some rooms. So those are new materials I'm gonna make. And then after I get those materials done, then I will fix the gun. I'm just gonna replace it with a new system. I found a nice tutorial that I watched, so I have an idea on how to make my own new gun system that I kind of already have in the works, but it's not really started enough yet to show off. So I will be fixing that after the materials and after I fix the door system that I had previously in the video that I lost due to an Unreal Engine crash. So that's the video, that's my progress. Those are my future plans for this game that I'm making, and I hope you guys like the direction I'm going and have a good rest of your day.